Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace and test the blow-off valve on this Mercedes A-Class. This one can be called as well diverted valve, blow-off valve or bypass valve, since it's redirecting the air from the command of the computer. Here is the part number if you need it. It starts with the A. So let's remove this cover first. You gotta just pull it out like that. You can also release this intake hose from this side, from the bottom. You gotta press on this tab. And down there you can see the blow-off valve. On most of the cars it's vacuum actuated, but this one is electronic, which is much better. I'm gonna open it up and then I'm gonna show you how it works. You'll need a 5mm hex with some sort of small extension. And there is one more behind here. Try to not lose this. Once these 3 bolts are out, you can see the blow-off valve. You have to release this tab a little bit from the top, which basically holds this safety clip. And then you're going to be able to click, place your hook under here and release the connector. Like that. And finally the valve comes out. Alright, so now if you have a look at the place where the valve is connected, you're gonna see a hole. That hole is actually made right into the intake hose which goes into the intake manifold. Therefore the hose which will get the pressurized air from the turbocharger. On top here, right where the tip of my hook points, is a hole which connects with the intake pipe. The intake pipe which comes from the air filter. Once the valve is open like this in this position, it will seal that hole for the intake manifold, which will get the pressurized air from the turbocharger. Then when you let off the acceleration pedal, the computer will activate the valve. This one will be pushed like that, and that extra pressure which is still made by the turbocharger when you let off the acceleration pedal will escape and it will go back into the first intake pipe. And that's how you can allow that extra air which is still pumped by the turbocharger to escape somewhere, because once the throttle body flap is closed, the air doesn't go anywhere, the engine doesn't consume it, so it has to go somewhere. So that somewhere is this valve. So this valve will keep the turbocharger working for a long time, since it doesn't have to pressurize that air in a already pressurized chamber. That will put extra stress on the turbocharger turbine. Now let's see a simple test you can do. Since this one is a 12 volt, you can use a 12 volt battery and try to connect on those pins. You've got 2 pins inside there. I've got these alligator clips, let's see. When the valve opens, it allows that extra air pressure to be released back into the first intake pipe. And by the way, an electronic valve is much more better than the vacuum actuated, which can have a lot more points to fail compared to this one. So as you could see, it's quite easy to test it up. So once you get the new one, install it back. The connector has to go in that way. Install first the top bolt. It's a good idea to torque them down equally, since this valve is going to move in and out a lot of times. Use 5 foot-pounds, which is around 9 Newton meters. Alright guys, that was it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will try to answer to all of them. If you want to see more videos about this car, there is going to be a link in the description below with a playlist I made. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you in the next video.